Hey, what's going on, you guys? Your boy from Only Boy Reactions. If you haven't, you can hit that subscribe button. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and also on SoundCloud, where I'm putting out music on my own. Also, I'm a stand-up comedian, so I'll let you guys know if I have a show coming up in the description below. Besides for that, guys, looking to reach 1,000 subscribers in the next few months. If you can make that happen, that would be amazing. Guys, we're taking a look at John Mulaney's Monologue on SNL. John Mulaney, he's actually a really great comedian. Really enjoys work. I really enjoyed his specials, and he was just featured on SNL as the host. And we're gonna take a look at his monologue. Just gonna have a good time. Just gonna laugh and enjoy myself. So let's do this.
Thank you very much. It is great to be here hosting Saturday Night Live. I am John Mulaney, and if this is your first time tuning into the show, I host every week.
He's so comfortable
kidding.
on stage.
This is only the second time I've hosted. I actually was lucky enough to host the show last April. I believe we have a photo. Right, it was April. It's great to be in New York because I live in New York, and it's always convenient to be where you live. I was walking down West 13th Street the other day. I was walking down West 13th, and this couple is walking towards me. I'm walking towards this couple, and as they walk past me, the boyfriend says to me, "Hey, cool guy." And then his girlfriend went, "Aw, that's mean." And
That's funny.
I experienced both the compliment and the insult in real time. He was like, "Hey, cool guy." I was like, "Oh." She was like, "That's mean." I was like, "Right." I was a cool person at one time. I used to do cocaine. That's true. Me, the person you're looking at. I would smell it up into my nose and I'd get a high from it. A quick tip from my experience. Doing cocaine will not make your ex-girlfriend get back together with you. But it will make her worry about you. And in the end, what's the difference? I'm very happily married now.
Some real stuff.
I'm very happily married. My wife is Jewish, and I was raised Catholic, which you could all tell from the moment I walked out. That's not a big deal, getting married if you're Jewish and Catholic. Only a couple people asked about it, and they were my parents. Before we got married, my mother asked me if my wife was going to convert to Catholicism. You're right to laugh. It's a stupid question.
Because I'm not.
No, I don't know, Mom. Let me go ask. Let me go see if a 29-year-old Jewish woman who doesn't like any of my suggestions.
True that.
To, what was it again? Catholicism?
True that.
Why would I even have that conversation? What, do you come home with a brochure and you're like, "Hey, honey, allow me to tell you about an exciting, not new organization." Don't Google us.
That's funny. That's funny, man.
You know that strange look of shame and unhappiness I have in my eyes at all times, especially after sex, and it was all forced on me at birth? What if you voluntarily signed up for it?
That's funny.
My wife and I have a French bulldog. Her name is Petunia. She's a little French bulldog. She's great.
Got a big
She's got
clap,
a little
okay.
flat face. She likes to walk, but she can't walk far because she can't breathe well by design. So we push her around New York in a stroller. That's absolutely true. And this next story is also absolutely true. My wife was pushing our bulldog Petunia in a stroller down 7th Avenue South a few months ago. She's pushing her down 7th Avenue. My wife gets to 7th Avenue and Leroy Street. At 7th Avenue and Leroy Street, a car pulls up. Out of the car steps Woody Allen and Soon-Yi Previn. My wife stares at Woody and Soon-Yi. Woody and Soon-Yi stare at a woman pushing a bulldog in a stroller. The four of them stare at each other. And then they all kind of nod, as if to say, none of this is right. And then they went their separate ways.
That's funny. He's so good at creating a scenario.
I personally take the subway in New York. I love the subway because of the male and female voices that narrate the subway. That man and that woman. The woman who does the subway announcements and her way too loud husband. You know, the woman who's like, "The next stop is Christopher Street. Stand clear of the closing doors, please."
It's hilarious.
Why are you shouting? What are you, in the next room? I asked my friend who works for the city,
That's
I said,
funny.
why is it a male voice and a female voice? And he told me because it's been proven that people will take information from a female voice, but they will only take a warning from a male voice. Now, that's its own American gender nightmare that we don't have time to get into. But I have to say, I trust that woman more. I like how she says the subway stops, because she always says them like they're a little secret. She's always like, the next stop is...
I love this so much.
Assaulting an MTA worker.
That's
I
hilarious.
wasn't going to do that. They warn you about that now. There's also signs in the back of taxi cabs that say, murdering a taxi driver will get you 25 years in prison. Oh, okay. I guess I won't do it. That doesn't happen in any other industry. It's not like at restaurants, they're like, your server Michael will be right over. Oh, by the way, killing a waiter in the state of New York is a Class A felony. I'll get you some bread. There's so many police car sirens in New York, but there's a new type of siren. It's been around the past 2-3 years. You probably heard it. It's a new siren. It's a little faster, and it also has a fun and funky beat. And I think that cops like to use their siren more because they know it sounds fun and they know it sounds funky. You've heard the new siren. It's like... It's like there's a DJ in the back of the patrol car. It sounds like two sirens talking to each other. Like...
That's pretty brilliant.
Sirens used to be so slow and beautiful. I was watching this old movie on Turner Classic Movies because I was not an athletic child. And it was a Hitchcock movie called Rope. And in the end of Rope, there's a gunshot. Bang! And then you hear this old-fashioned siren. And it was so slow and beautiful. It was like... It was like an old gay cat was dying. But not a sad death, not a sad death. He lived a full life.
That's hilarious.
And he's surrounded by loved ones, and he's in hospice, he's in cat hospice, and he's holding hands with
hilarious.
a guy, and he just kind of...
That's funny. That's really funny.
We've got a great show for you tonight.
Wow, John Mulaney is a brilliant comedian. Just from this monologue,
We'll be right back.
it can either go two ways with, I think, a monologue on SNL. It could be very just plain and not very well written, or it really accentuates the type of comedian and the type of writer like a comedian is. And it really does a good job with this guy, where he's able to just like make sounds funny and do it in such a interesting and funny way, where he's able to create these scenarios and just by telling you about what's happening without really interjecting anything besides for just, you know, just narrating the story itself is pretty brilliant the way he does it. Really enjoy this comedian. Looking forward to a lot of his newer stuff that he's coming out with. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you enjoy this, if you think it brings some type of value, you can always kind of be a part of this. You go down below, go to my Cash App, or you can give me a thumbs up, or you can subscribe, or you can leave a comment, all that good stuff. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, because you deserve it.